Ever notice how the older we get, the earlier we seem to wake up? Sometimes it's 5 a.m., other times it's 3 a.m., and suddenly you're wide awake, staring at the ceiling, wondering what went wrong. Is it just age catching up with us? Or is there something deeper happening in our bodies? Here's a surprising fact. Waking up at 3 a.m. isn't random. For millions of older adults, it's a real pattern with real causes. From shifting hormones to deeply ingrained habits that we don't even realize are messing with our sleep. In this video, we're breaking it all down. Why does this happen, and more importantly, how do you fix it? We'll uncover the hidden changes in your sleep cycle that happen as you age, the medical and lifestyle factors that might be triggering your early wake-ups, and most importantly, the simple science-backed fixes that can help you sleep through the night again. Stick around, because what you learn today might finally give you the restful sleep you've been missing. As we age, our bodies go through a series of changes, and sleep is no exception. One of the biggest culprits behind 3 a.m. wake-ups is how the sleep cycle itself shifts over time. Let's start with melatonin, the hormone that helps regulate sleep. As we get older, our bodies naturally produce less of it. This drop in melatonin makes it harder to stay asleep through the night, especially during those early morning hours when melatonin levels should be at their peak. Next, there's your circadian rhythm, your internal body clock. In younger people, this rhythm is tightly regulated, usually promoting a solid 7 to 9 hours of uninterrupted sleep. But in seniors, this rhythm often shifts earlier, a phenomenon known as advanced sleep phase. That's why many older adults feel sleepy earlier in the evening and wake up hours before sunrise. Sleep architecture, or the structure of your sleep, also changes. You spend less time in deep, restorative sleep and more time in lighter stages. That makes you more prone to waking up from things like noise, temperature changes, or even a full bladder. So, no, it's not just in your head. The biology of aging itself is changing how and when you sleep. Understanding the biology is just one piece of the puzzle. The next step? Pinpointing the common triggers that are waking you up at 3 a.m., and they might surprise you. First up, medical issues. As we age, our bodies become more sensitive to certain health conditions that interrupt sleep. One of the biggest culprits? Sleep apnea, a condition where your breathing briefly stops during the night, forcing you awake. It's especially common in seniors and often goes undiagnosed. Another trigger? Nocturia, the need to urinate frequently at night, which pulls you out of deep sleep and makes it harder to get back in. Then there's the role of medications. Many common prescriptions for blood pressure, heart disease, or depression have sleep-disturbing side effects, especially if taken late in the day. Even over-the-counter pain relievers or antihistamines can mess with your natural sleep rhythm. And let's not forget stress and anxiety. Even low-level worry about health, finances, or family can spike cortisol levels in the early morning hours, jolting you awake around, you guessed it, 3 a.m. Finally, bad sleep habits like using screens late at night or having irregular bedtime routines confuse your brain, making it harder to stay asleep. Here's the good news. Waking up at 3 a.m. isn't something you just have to live with. There are real, practical fixes that can help you reclaim your nights. First, let's talk about your sleep environment. Make your bedroom a sleep sanctuary, cool, dark, and quiet. Use blackout curtains, reduce noise with a white noise machine, and keep the temperature around 65 degrees, which is ideal for sleep. Second, control your light exposure. Natural light during the day, especially in the morning, helps reset your circadian rhythm. And in the evening, cut back on screen time at least an hour before bed. Blue light from phones and TVs tricks your brain into thinking it's still daytime, suppressing melatonin. Now consider your pre-sleep routine. Establish a calming ritual, gentle stretching, reading a physical book, or listening to soothing music. Avoid caffeine or alcohol too close to bedtime, as both can fragment sleep. And for many people, Natural supplements like low-dose melatonin or magnesium glycinate, taken with guidance from a doctor, can help promote deeper, more sustained sleep. These aren't gimmicks. They're simple, science-backed strategies that really do work. Consistency is key. Stick to them, and you may start sleeping through the night again sooner than you think. Sometimes, no matter how many fixes you try, the 3 a.m. wake-ups don't go away. That's when it's time to consider something more. And getting professional help isn't a sign of failure. It's a smart next step. If you've tried adjusting your habits and sleep environment for several weeks with no improvement, or if waking up in the night leaves you exhausted, anxious, or unable to function during the day, that's a red flag. Another major warning sign is if your partner notices snoring, choking, or gasping during the night. These are classic signs of sleep apnea, and untreated, it can increase your risk for heart disease, stroke, and memory loss. In these cases, talking to your doctor or visiting a sleep clinic can be a game changer. They may recommend a sleep study, assess your medication schedule, or uncover an underlying health issue that's keeping you up. Sleep is just as vital as diet and exercise. And if your body is not getting it naturally, it's time to give it a little extra help. So, let's recap. Waking up at 3 a.m. isn't just an annoying part of getting older. It's the result of real changes in your hormones, habits, and health. But the good news, there's a lot you can do about it. From improving your sleep environment, managing light exposure, and sticking to a calming bedtime routine, to knowing when it's time to talk to your doctor. Every small step adds up to better sleep and brighter mornings. You deserve deep, restful sleep. Not just for your energy, but for your mood, memory, and long-term health. If you found this video helpful, give it a like, subscribe to the channel, and share it with someone who needs better sleep too. Your best nights aren't behind you. They might just be one routine away.